Tampa as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olsen here in the booth. And off we go from Tampa. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
And they're on the 25-yard line.
Here's Baker to begin with a pass. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
42-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Second down throw for Mayfield. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They hook up again. Second time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This pass is caught by Scott. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Buccaneers first down. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be taken down. But we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Buccaneers will take a 7-0 lead.
49ers nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They run. It's the former Oregon Duck, Jordan James. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. To throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Niners first down. They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That is catch number 60 for the season.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. You think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
25-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a toss as they look to run. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Christian Benford brings him down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Out to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On to the 2nd, Buccaneers in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming. and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. And he's open, middle of the field. It is caught. And he's in! Touchdown, Tampa. On for the PAT is Auburn. He gets it to go. And the Bucs extend their advantage to 14-3.
49ers 3.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on third down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact. That's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
It's 3rd and 4.
Let's go. 17-10.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
180. What's that?
They'll begin here on the ground. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On 2nd down, Baker. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Bucks are out to a 21-10 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. On the ground, it is James to start the drive. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He'll look to throw. Going for it all. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up over.
Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Throw across his body is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down. Mayfield. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's good for a first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
180. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. Now it is 1st and goal.
Hey, alert, alert, alert! 180! What's up?
To throw is Mayfield. That one taken in. Middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. And 60 on the year. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Buccaneers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. That one's Incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
14 on the pickup. First down, 49ers.
And the 49er first down.
He'll drop to throw. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And he'll move his ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
San Francisco.
To the air one more time. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there. And that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
180!
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll move it out of harm's way. A gain of 3, up to the 4-yard line.
Down at his own 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second
and 7.
180!
Now Mayfield. Now he's just going to flip this forward.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Throw here down the field. It'll fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And time, that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Got a man. Good job coming back for the ball on the completion. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Gain of 21 yards. And a 49er first down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They'll look to throw again.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
That's complete. Some more on the right side. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he will be out of bounds. No time left on the clock. And that is the final action here in this first half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This fielded at about the 9. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. First down, 49ers.
First down, 49ers.
Now a give up the middle. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And he's going to have a Niners first down. He'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
At the 24-yard line.
He'll stay on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
For the running back. Taken down at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, take off.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point is up and through. And the 49ers are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. They face 2nd down and 7.
28-yard line.
Good. 180. Done.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. A throw complete to Scott. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Throwing is Baker. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. And he will go all the way. David Njoku. Touchdown Buccaneers. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Buccaneers will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
49ers 17.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's a run going left. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's James.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline, nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
60 Eagles, 60.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 49ers first down. Big play there. Gain of 14 on 4th and 10.
San Francisco.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10.
Here we go, go.
4th quarter begins on the ground. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll stick with him again. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
3rd down, 3 to go.
Here we go,
He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Niners first down. That's a gain of 7 on 4th and 4.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
He's got it inside the 5. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
70 Lion. Set up, bring it. Mikey,
They'll go with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
The idea here on second down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a third and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on third and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
They're in four-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's third and goal. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco. That his second TD catch of the season. The PAT up and good. And the 49ers are able to cut into the deficit. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out. It's first down, and they'll run. 12 yards there, and a first down. 4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
180!
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Following the penalty, he'll run it. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance. We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And their lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
They'll come up for first and 10. They'll run here. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. Here's second down.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. I'm not flying. I'm not flying. Hey, smash rush.
They'll run. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
180!
The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On second down, Baker. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. How to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
180!
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7.
180!
So, fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Buccaneers get the win as we say so long from Tampa.